What up, we're back. I'm Emma.
I'm Brandon.
And I will start with the menu for the week. For today's lunch is tuna casserole, green beans, fruit and veggie and dinner roll. Monday's breakfast is pancakes and Monday's lunch is tater tot casserole, green beans, fruit and veggie and a dinner roll. Tuesday's breakfast is Bosco sticks and Tuesday's lunch is meaty nachos, refried beans, and fruit and veggie bar. General news: if you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis, help is available. Call or text 988-CHILD-998 Lifeline or Teresa 988 crisis Lifeline. Bobcat Academy meetings. On Monday, the 3rd of April, there's the Skills USA members who are attending state meeting with Mr. Odell.
Please mark your calendar for the time change for the junior high track meet at Humphrey. It will now start at 11:30 on the 24th. Juniors and seniors, after post-prom, there was a large-sized post-prom t-shirt found in the bleachers. Owner may claim it in the office, and please check your email for a survey that has been sent to you regarding post-prom. The link to the prom pictures can be found in the announcements. With the seniors, please pay $30 in the office to Carol to pick up your cap and gown for graduation.
Friendly reminder for any after-school events. Please follow your Summerlin Bobcat Spectre responsibilities, please. The Village of Orchard and Clearwater are seeking summer help. You must be at least 16. Seniors' last lunch until senior photos are turned into Miss Funk are just landed.
Daily quote: perfection is attained by slow degrees. It requires the hand of time. Follow your Summerlin Bobcat Spectre responsibilities for the elementary too. And kicking off our sports and activities for this week, today State FFA continues Lincoln. Going to Monday the 3rd, State FBLA at Kearney starts. That continuing until Wednesday. Just till Wednesday. And then for Tuesday we have high school track at North Central. The dance cap tryouts at 5, preschool and kindergarten registration, preschool at 5 and kindergarten at 5:30. And for Wednesday the 5th, we have State FBLA continuing at Kearney, the high school golf quad, maybe, at Summerlin. And for Thursday, April 6th, an early dismissal 1:30. Easter break kicks off on Friday, and no school on Monday, with Tuesday having the junior high track meet at North Central and the high school golf try at Plainview. For Wednesday the 12th, we have the high school golf invite at Summerlin. And for Thursday the 13th, Skills USA is going to be at Grand Island, high school track at O'Neill, junior high golf at Summerlin, and Skills USA at Grand Island on the 14th. And for Saturday the 15th, Skills USA at Grand Island continuing.
That's it for Summerlin Bobcats announcements. Make sure to stay tuned for Barrett Sports Segment Season 2, Episode 17, and Owen's Opinion with Chase.
Welcome back to Owen's podcast thingy thing, where we just answer questions. I'm not your host, Chase Fletcher, and this is the host, Owen Jeffords.
I'm Owen Jeffords, and I am the host. Welcome back to Summerlin Bobcats.
Thought I should have Breaking Bad theme. If you haven't watched it, you probably should.
Yeah.
Except if you're under the age of 13, don't watch it.
Or do watch it.
I mean,
we don't care.
Okay. Let's do some cartoon trivia.
I want to see if there's a Breaking Bad. A Breaking Bad trivia. There's The Walking Dead. Oh my god. Oh wow, look at that.
What is Walter White's alias in Breaking Bad?
Dang.
Heisenberg.
Say my name.
Okay. Nope. I'm doing one right now. We're gonna do the quiz for Breaking Bad.
Which Breaking Bad character wasn't supposed to live past the first season?
I just answered, so it's yours.
What? I just answered.
I literally said Heisenberg.
It's Jesse Pinkman. Oh, I know this one. Zoom out.
Okay, first question. Which song best describes the style of Saul Goodman's office?
Oh,
Panama, America the Beautiful, Paradise City, or Home on the Range?
America the Beautiful.
I'm guessing. Oh, okay, you got it correct.
Spot the phrase that did not come out of Jesse's mouth.
Yeah, bad word magnets. All right, bad word. Let's cook. So roll me further. Bad word. Yo, Gatorade me. Bad word.
I might have to censor all that.
Why I just said bad word?
Yeah, you said a bad word.
But I said bad word. I said the bad word.
Alright.
Okay, I'm gonna say. So roll me further. No, pause.
No.
Incorrect.
It was.
All right, bad word. Let's cook. Okay, I got it right.
Dang.
Walt's pre-Heisenberg vehicle, the one he runs over the gangsters, is in A.
Pontiac Aztec.
Yes.
What distracts Walt from absorbing the news of his cancer diagnosis?
Doctor has a lazy eye. The doctor has mustard on his coat. Walt is stressing about money.
And Walt.
No, it's Walt.
It's the doctor has mustard on his
No,
coat.
he did not.
Yes, it is.
What primitive weapon do Tuco's murderer's cousins favor?
Is it either A, hammer, an axe, a whip, or a sword?
Okay, well, you gotta guess. I just guessed the last one.
It is the axe.
What is Marie's favorite color? I actually don't know this one, but it's probably green. No, it's purple. Marie, you're a loser. Should have been green. When Walt retired from the blank game, how much did he walk away with? Oh, dang, I should know this one. It's over 4 mil.
It's 40 million.
Is it?
I believe so.
No, it's 80 mil.
Oh my god.
Walt doesn't call it the blank game, though. He calls it the pure chemistry, the empire's business, making a living, my family's nest egg.
The Empire business.
Wow, you're almost correct. Where's Gus Fring from?
Chili.
In the show's final stretch, Jesse, I can't say either of those words, off a CD to pump himself up before attempting to burn Walt's house down. When else did he do this? Before heading to kill Gale in season 3, before trying to kill the people in season 3, before trying to shoot Walt in season 4, before standing up to Jane's dad in season 2.
I think it was. Is it numero dos? Before he tries to unalive the people in season 3.
Wow. Gale, I don't know how to say his last name, go to karaoke song is I'm the Walrus Brown Sugar, Major Tom, she blinded me with science. Dude, that's so
It's
wrong.
Major Tom.
Something fast food division was working on a special condiment at the time of Gus Fring's death. It was Nature's Nectar, honey, barbecue, honey syrup, and French dressing. Which one?
Fast food decisions on special condiment. Go down.
What stolen item first brings Marie's kleptomania to a head?
Oh, a baby tiara.
Was it?
Yeah, because it was for Holly.
Okay. What blank do we not see Jesse use?
This is so easy. It is ecstasy.
What dream of Skylar's went unrealized? Going to Cancun, being a writer, learning to speak Spanish, owning a business.
I think it was going to Cancun.
Being a writer. Effects of blank per Breaking Bad may include all of the following.
Rock candy for Breaking Bad may include the following except
Falling asleep at the wheel.
Oh.
I don't know. Brick and Looper directed Ryan Johnson stepped behind Burbaugh's camera 3 times aside from season 5's Ozymandias and 51. Which other episode did he direct?
it was. I think it was Box Cutter.
No,
Oh,
Fly.
Fly. Yeah, I hate that episode. Honestly, actually, that is
Jesse's girlfriend Andrea has a son. What's his name? This one's easy.
Brock from Pokemon.
And then the other one gets killed.
Yeah.
Lydia, something helps Walt expand his empire overseas by shipping rock candy to Romania, Czech Republic, or whatever, Belizio, whatever.
Belarus.
Nope, Czech Republic. Saul's birth name was Jimmy McGill, Jimmy McKay, Jimmy O'Connor, Jimmy McCormick.
Jimmy McGill.
What kind of RV do Walt and Jesse cook rock candy in?
A Winnebago.
No, it's better.
What?
What's Jesse's old dream?
I think it was being an artist.
Okay, who's an artist? Saul's goons are named.
Oh, Huel and QB. And Cubby, whatever.
Yeah. Why does Tuco freak out and beat one of his men to death in the junkyard at the end of season 1?
Guy spoke for Tuco. Tight.
Some good stuff. I'm gonna need you to make one more batch of these.
Pink, yellow, blue, I don't care.
Season 2 episode opens with a music video about Heisenberg. What's the song and episode called?
Blanco y verde. No, negro y azul. Negro y azul.
Okay, what are the Mike Ermtrot's career before working with Gus?
He was a police officer. He was corrupt.
Yes, and then he switched up and started doing bad things, but it was okay. In season 5, Hazardous Pace, Scott walks in on Walt Jr. and Holly watching.
Goodfellas.
No, I don't think that's correct. Yeah. Why does Declan, the dealer,
The candy dealer.
look like, according to one of Todd's neo-Nazi uncles?
What?
Oh, I don't know. Who's poisoned with...
That's. I
Oh.
guess it's Brock, but also Lydia was. Oh.
Oh, you can
Oh
grab
no, because Brock was Lily of the Valley. Okay.
I said in Drama Award, 4 times in a row, the Emmys. How many times did it take to win?
4 times?
Incorrect. Once.
Oh.
Frustrated after failing to get into his house with a mealtime pizza.
Pizza!
A pizza onto the roof. First try. Didn't you know that was actually first try
Yeah,
also?
that was first try. It was actually pretty sick.
Who was originally supposed to die by the end of season 1? Jesse. What song did Skylar sing to Ted? Oh, Happy birthday, Mr. President. It was so bad. Walt's middle name is Hartwell. Walter Hartwell White. What street do Walt... Oh, wait, I know this.
Negro Royal.
I have it saved on all my projects that I do.
My name is Walter Hardwell White.
I live at 308 Negro Royal Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Which artist do Jesse and Jane go to see at an exposition? Oh my god, it's the one that painted a bunch of doors.
I hate doors.
It was a Salvador.
Was it Georgia O'Keeffe?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Gil Becker turned his scientific talents toward all the following pursuits except it had to be pogo sticks.
Saul consistently invokes this phrase as location. Schmuck City, S-Word Creek, Mount Doom, Schmuck City. There's 2 Schmuck Cities.
No, I think it was Poop Creek.
Wow. What word does Jesse say over and over in the middle song we hear him sing from his day in Twat Hammer?
No, it was.
Fallacies.
Oh, that was banana leads.
Before Gray Matter Technologies became a multi-billion dollar company, how much did Walt sell his share for?
Go down. I think it was 10K.
No, 50K. 5K.
5K.
Danny General appeared as a cartel mole with a nickname based on his particular style of moving messages across the border. What was that nickname?
Tortuga. Because he's the guy with the body part on a turtle.
That's cool. Bogdan sells Walt inside the car wash as is, but tries to leave with the first dollar his company ever won. Walt takes the $1 and, buys a soda. I remember that one. I love that part. He breaks it with the hammer or something like that, and then he drops it on the ground, takes the $1 and buys a soda. How many victims died in the Wayfair 515? Oh, dude, I should know this. I think it's like 113. 167.
I was going to say
I remember when Walt looked up in the sky and see it coming down and then crashed into his
Teddy
pool.
Bird.
Oh, yeah. Breaking Bad loves point of POV camera shots. We've seen them from the perspective of all the following except, we've seen it from this one. Okay. After being escaping Tuco's desert hideout, Walt opts to walk into a grocery store naked. The doctors chalk it up as
An Amnesia episode.
severe dehydration.
Review.
Oh, future. Jesse's special brand of rock candy is called
Chili Pete. Because he's called Captain Cook.
Which of Jesse's acquaintances can play the piano? Okay.
Skinny Pete. Yeah.
Gus kills his junior henchman Victor and places with him. Don't tell me. Oh my gosh.
You gotta know this.
Mike doesn't go in there.
It's not Huel, because Huel works for Jimmy.
Paco. I think it's Paco.
Or is it Tyrus?
Breaking Bad has referenced this famous poet numerous times. Robert Frost, Robert.
Walt Whitman. Because when Mike
Rock.
finds the
They're minerals.
minerals,
Woo! 29 out of 50. Let's take it again and see if
Gus, you're always 10 steps ahead until that one time you're not.
Okay, let's take this again. Let's see how good we can do now.
It's so easy. Jesse, we need to deliver the pizza. Mr. White, I can't deliver the pizza. You did not scroll all the way up.
I know.
It's gonna be Tyrus. Walt Whitman. Because to be the minerals. Price of soda. 167. Tortuga. 5K. Fallacies. Hoop Creek. Pogo Sticks. New Royal Maine. Heartland. Jesse. Lee.
Wolverine. Ooh. that was-
Negro y Azul. Era la poderosa.
Okay. Which one was this
Artist.
one? Artist, yeah.
A bounder. Jimmy McGill. Check. Brock. Okay.
Dude, I have God tier memory, except for this one. Oh, wait, no, I got it though.
No, Major Tom. Wait a minute. Oh, before he kills the 3 people. Yeah. It is, trust.
This one?
No,
Okay.
no,
This one?
yes. Chili. The Empire Business. Axe. Mustard on a stove. Aztec. Alright, let's cook. America the Beautiful.
50 out of 50! You're Walter White! Woo! I have such good memory.
Oh my lord above. Praise her. Praise be her. Her in specific is.
I can't read that.
It's this BuzzFeed. Oh my lord above. Wait, go up, go up, go up.
When the series begins, Walter White is a high school teacher. What does he do? He does chemistry, right?
It might be
Reed's favorite color is purple.
purple. Because purple symbolizes royalty. And that's Reed's thing.
Dude, oh my god, these stupid ads. What Hank Savi? Oh, wait. When he just goes.
Homebrewing beer. Because he's got that Hank Meister.
Oh, yeah. This was originally supposed to be killed off. These
True.
aren't true.
Mustard. Jimmy McGill. Chili. Wait, go up. Who hooks Jesse up with Tuco Sama? No, not. It might be. Maybe Badger.
Skinny Pete.
Skinny Pete.
No, it was Warner.
What do you got all
Dude,
these?
you're just
Oh, I don't know that one actually. Yeah, absolutely.
52. Because it makes the bacon. Wait, go up. Money laundering, crystal. Alright. Get out of here.
Well, guys,
Thank you all for watching.
Owen's podcast.
Thank you
I'm
for
Chase Fletcher.
And I'm
the
Owen
goat.
Jeffords.
I'm the goat, not him.
I'm the
And-
guy. I'm him.
I hope you guys tune like next week for some random video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I know I sure did.
Hello, Summerlin. I'm Bear with the Summerlin Bobcast Sports segment, and this week we have a 4-show segment lined up for you, and we're going to get started right away with Weekly Review. So our first segment is Weekly Review, and of course, 2 weeks ago I had Dylan Barlow on, and we made picks in the NBA, and we also gave our input on March Madness, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But in the NBA, we picked all the games, of course, on the weekend, as we always do. And Dylan came out with a 7-8 record. I came out with an 8-7. So beat him by 1 game, very, very average. I mean, talk about being right mid-tier. That's exactly what we did. There wasn't really that many exciting games. Nothing really happened that much in the NBA. Some just like things going around the NBA right now. There's a lot of talk about like Zion and his injury, but don't really want to get into that. Of course, there's the whole Ja Morant thing going down, which I don't think I talked about yet because that was a while ago. Of course, everything he did, on his Instagram live. He's in trouble. He finally got back though, and he's actually playing really good. So Ja Morant, great player, just made some mistakes, got suspended for 8 games. Don't really want to get talking into those a lot. Luka Doncic, if you haven't seen the play, you need to look it up. He was playing, I believe, 4 or 5 nights ago, and he got underneath the hoop, picked up his dribble on the baseline. He was double teamed, and he jumped, pump faked it in the air, and then swung it around his 2 defenders that were guarding him, and the big man on the backside. Got it to the guy in the corner. I think it was Reggie Bullock. He knocks down the 3. So that was a crazy play. And then Steph kind of recreated it last night. I was watching that game against the Pelicans, and he picked his dribble up, and he did the same thing, swung it out to Clay. But Lucas was way better. He got all 3 of the defenders to jump, got it by him. Amazing play by him. But that'll kind of do it for our NBA portion. March Madness-wise, upsets. I mean, I'm not even going to get into all of them. There's no number 1 seeds even left. There's no number 2 seeds left. There's no number 3 seeds left. It's the first time since I think I saw 1970 or something like that a top 3 seed hasn't been in the Final Four of March Madness. So, I mean, FAU, San Diego State, UConn are in it, and Miami. Those are the 4. Nobody would ever guess that. I think I saw something 20 or 26 brackets in the world out of 9 million or whatever it was. Got the Final Four right. I don't know how you would ever pick that. I mean, who would see Florida Atlantic as a 9 seed? San Diego State is a 5, UConn as a 4, Miami as a 5. So yeah, I mean, the only thing I can really say about it is it's madness. It's March. Bama got obviously beat. Houston got beat. And, Purdue with the biggest loss basically in history, other than Virginia getting beat by UCBS. But like I said, those are the only 2 16-1 upsets that have ever happened in college basketball history. And so Purdue gets in the record books, but not for a good reason. They get beat in that first round. So, I mean, shout out to Fairleigh Dickinson. They actually played really good. Their head coach just got a new job at not a Power 5 school. He just upgraded from wherever Fairleigh Dickinson's conference is at. I couldn't tell you. I didn't even really know the team before. And, I watched that game, and Purdue just played bad. They didn't honestly, Fairleigh Dickinson played good enough to stop Zach Edey. They were doubling in the post, and the rest of Purdue's players couldn't hit the shots that they needed to down the stretch. And, yeah, so they won. But, I mean, other than that, right, Duke got beat. We don't really care. I guess some other college basketball news. The main things that I have, Tyrese Proctor is coming back to Duke for his 2nd season. Dariq Whitehead just entered his name in the draft, which sucks, but also is good for Duke, right? one thing good for me, one thing bad. Kind of expected though. Carolina news, if anybody cares about that, which I'm sure there's nobody that does. Armando Bacot is coming back for another season, which sucks for me as a Duke fan to have to stand and watch him again. Good player, just don't like him, and it's also Carolina, so that's another reason. Caleb Love transferring from Carolina. That was very interesting to hear. I heard a stat that he was like one of the worst true shooters in college basketball history, which is basically just like all the percentages added together throughout his career. So, yeah, Caleb Love leaving Carolina. Obviously, he had a very good career there. They couldn't get it done for him in the national championship, but they got there. They played many games and relied on him to score. So we'll see what Carolina looks like next year. Other than that, there's not been any huge transfers or declares to the draft yet. Obviously, especially with the Final Four national championship coming up, there'll be names entering, declaring, leaving, transferring, committing, all that stuff. So, we'll get into the swing of that. And then, of course, MLB starting. Spring training just ended. MLB opening day is 2 days from now. So that's more sports to look forward to. So this has been Weekly Review, and we're going to go on to our next segment, which is Watching You. So our next segment is Watching You, and this one is more like watching you guys because we're talking about multiple people in this one. And this is just going to be my favorite MLB team, the San Diego Padres, and more specifically guys like Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis coming off his suspension, Juan Soto, the pitching staff with Musgrove and Darvish, Blake Snell, he gets the opening day start. So this is kind of just going to be, this segment's more dedicated to them rather than just one player. It's going to be the whole team basically. But we're going to start off with the guy that we need to lead the team the entire season like he did last year, Manny Machado. He had a great year. He battled through a couple of injuries, he had that ankle sprain, which was really bad. And it ended up actually not being that bad, which was a great news for us. Tatis, where do we start? Injury, suspension. He's finally going to be back, I think, 32 games into the regular season. So, a lot of people are actually picking the Padres to win the NL West, to even win World Series, make deep playoff runs, which I think is great. We went out and signed Xander Bogaerts, which is a huge addition. First off, it's because we need depth in the infield. Because of Tatis being suspended. 2, Tatis can now move to the outfield, they've kind of been putting him there, right? At right field, center sometimes. Left field's kind of locked down by Juan Soto. Or right field, he could switch either way there. But, with Bogaerts being at short, Tatis can go out to right field. It allows, Kim to maybe play second base, Cronenworth to play first. So, yeah, a lot of... I wouldn't say a lot of additions, right? We added guys like Seth Lugo to the pitching staff. We re-signed Nick Martinez. We also re-signed Robert Suarez, who obviously Padres fans didn't really know who either of those guys were last season, 2 seasons ago, and kind of like spring training last year. But then they completely made their mark throughout the season and definitely made their mark in the postseason. They're now Padres fans' favorites, and they got contracts. We lost a few players, but I think the Padres will have a good season this year. And like I said, really looking forward to seeing Manny, Fernando when he comes back, Juan Soto hopefully has a good year. Xander Bogaerts, I didn't watch a lot of him in Boston, but he's a great player. Adds to a very stacked lineup. Another guy we went out and signed, Nelson Cruz, Matt Carpenter, to kind of play that DH first base role. Maybe get an outfield day every once in a while with Matt Carpenter. But yeah, mainly a DH guy, both of those. So, yeah, that's basically what Watching You is about here. We don't even have any stats or anything lined up. Just kind of expect, my expectations for the team. So that's what I'm going to do right now, is tell you exactly what I think is going to happen while I watch these guys play. So I think Manny ends up with a very good season. And I think Manny, Juan, Fernando all end up with 25-plus home runs on the year, even with Fernando's suspension. I think Manny leads the group probably closer to that 37-ish mark. Juan Soto will be a little bit lower, and Nando will be a little bit lower too. Pitching-wise, I expect Joe Musgrove to lead the way, even though he's got the injury, the weight room incident, where he literally dropped a barbell, I believe, onto his toe. It was bad. I saw the video of it. It was disgusting. Not actually, he had a shoe on and everything, but that definitely hurt. other pitching, Yu Darvish, he's kind of the veteran in there. He's got to lead. Blake Snell's got to play good. Nick Martinez might get started. Seth Lugo, Michael Waka, I believe is his name. So, the relief guys, I feel good about the bullpen this year. So, I'm thinking we win the NL West and we make a World Series run, but we don't win it. We're going to beat the Dodgers in the playoff, though, because, that's always good. But yeah, that's all I've got lined up in this one for watching you. We're going to head on to our third segment of the day, which is Top 10. Welcome to Top 10, and this week's Top 10 is my top 10 favorite baseball players to watch. And you may think this list is just going to be all Padres players, but it's not. I will say there are a fair amount of them, but there's other players too. So we're going to get right into it with number 10 with San Diego's very own Joe Musgrove. Let's be honest. He'd probably be getting the opening day start, but he, like we talked about in the last segment, he got injured, so he might not play for the first week, maybe even 2 weeks. But when he comes back, he's going to be great. You can always remember the series against the Mets. He was going crazy. He was so good that the Mets manager actually had him checked for substances. They came out, checked his ears and everything. There was nothing. It just got the San Diego fans more hyped. It got Joe Musgrove more fired up inside. He played great. Love Joe Musgrove. Number 9, this guy has dealt with plenty of injuries in his young career. It's Ronald Acuna Jr. I love watching this guy. It's one of those guys that you love him if you have him, and you probably hate him if you don't have him, but you still like watching him. So Ronald Acuna is exactly that, right? For the Braves, he plays great, absolutely great. All-Stars, probably going to be an MVP at some point. Just an overall great player. Love watching him. Number 8 is pitcher Max Scherzer. And while we all know we've had history, with the Dodgers and with the Padres, but you got to give respect where respect is due. You got to give credit where credit is due. And when you see skill, you just have to expect it from him because it's Max Scherzer, and he's one of the best pitchers in the league. Obviously, there's a few better, but Max Scherzer is just incredible to watch. The way he controls every AB, allowing as little home runs as he does. Just a great guy. I put him at number 8 though, just because there's a lot of overall talent that's better than him. My number 7 is Bryce Harper, and that's enough said. That's really all I have to say. Bryce Harper, even with an injury now too, he's been excellent. Such a good guy to watch play. Of course, it's another one where there's history between the Padres and the Phillies. Last season in the playoffs, don't really want to talk about it. Bang, off of Robert Suarez. Yeah, there goes the lead in the playoffs. But Bryce Harper's an excellent player. I love watching him, hate playing against him. Number 6, Mike Trout, who, injuries have been his thing. If you watch the World Baseball Classic, he was incredible in that series. It was also very, very weird how Shohei and Mike Trout played each other in the WBC final. Teammates going at it there. That was pretty cool. Shohei got the better. He won MVP of that too. So congrats to him. He'll be on here later. Mike Trout, excellent. It's too bad he's on a bad team that's kind of not utilizing his talent as much as they should. But they'll get something eventually from him. And when he plays good, he plays good. But injuries have been a thing. And yeah, just not having the lineup to really help him out has definitely hindered his performance. But excellent player there. Number 5, another Padre on this list. It's Juan Soto. I liked him when he was in Washington, especially the Soto shuffle. That was hilarious to me the first couple times he did it. And then I understood why he did it. It gets in the pitcher's head. It maybe gets him a little mad. Gets their mind off the game, and then he uses that to his advantage. The entire AB, basically, he keeps his eyes locked on the pitcher, which is one thing that most people don't do. Juan Soto, excellent. The lefty, the weird stance, but it works. Great fielder. And I'm very glad that San Diego made a move for him. And, now the lineup is even better with him and Xander Bogaerts. Number 4, Yankees, Aaron Judge. Some might say that his performances are only due to the park being so small, right? A lot of people complain about that. But, I'm not going to say that's why. I'm saying that he's a great player. I mean, I don't remember how many home runs he had last year, but it was incredible. He broke the all-time record. We did a segment on it. Yeah, excellent. I mean, that's all I'm going to say there. I'm going to leave it there. He broke the all-time record for single-season home runs. That's it. Number 3, it's Shohei. And a lot of people would put him higher, but I'm a Padres fan, so we're just not going to put him any higher than 3. But he deserves that because pitching as well as he does, first off, is incredibly difficult in the MLB today. Hitting as well as he does is incredibly difficult in the MLB, but doing it side by side with each other, pitching one day and then coming out and batting DH the entire season, and then pitching, every week or something like that, every 5 days, whatever it is, and still to play as good as he does is incredible. We'll see how long he can keep it up. We'll see if the Angels hang on to him. I know there's lots of rumors about trading him. The Padres were possibly going to trade for him or, sign him in free agency, but I don't think they have the money for that. But could you imagine? Just imagine that. But yeah, shout out to him for the WBC championship MVP as well. He played great. He pitched great. He hit great. Just an overall great player. Number 2 here, I'm a Padres fan. Remember that. Number 2 is Fernando Tatis Jr. He's actually really the reason I started watching baseball again, and he's probably the reason I'm a Padres fan. Just seeing highlights of him play is so fun just to watch. Every time a game's on, you tune in because of him. And then with the, I guess you could say the resurgence of the Padres getting good. Of course, the playoff appearance in 2020, that didn't go great. 2021 and 2022, we all know the way those went. So, yeah, Tatis is playing. He played really well in spring training. Of course, now he's got to sit out for 32 or whatever it is. But I think he'll for sure make a difference for the Padres. And everybody was like, oh, he's off the, whatever they said he had on for the reason he was suspended. I don't remember what it was. I'm pretty sure his reasoning was some sort of infection or something. I honestly don't remember. I just remember being really upset. But yeah, I mean, when he comes back from that, everybody's like, oh, he's not the same player, right? But I mean, he completely is. He showed it in spring training, especially in the second half of it. So really look forward to seeing him playing, especially with this guy at my number 1. It's Manny Machado, and I would say I'm a Machado diehard fan. I mean, there was talks about him possibly not re-signing and what was going to happen, and then he did, so the talks are over. And, I mean, you love to see it. You really do. He's a Padre for life now, so is Tatis. I mean, this team is, you can tell by the luxury tax that San Diego wants these guys to stay here. The boosters want them to stay here. And, I mean, I don't know why I'm saying here, right, in San Diego. We're a little ways away from San Diego, but it's great to see these guys back. And, I mean, I can't wait to see what they do this season. Going to be really fun. I think playoffs are for sure bound and possibly World Series. You never know. So this has been Top 10, and we're going to move on to our final segment of the day, which is Game Time. So welcome to Game Time, and this week, as you might see, I'm here by myself in Game Time. We're doing it a little different for just one episode, just to see how it turns out. I had a little idea for Game Time, and I thought maybe I make picks here by myself, but the person I'm going against is actually like ESPN. It's like, sports people around the world. Because like when you when you go to look at games and you see like the percentage chance to win or percentage picked by people, that's what I'm going against this week. So we got NBA and MLB games versus, I don't know what you want to say, America, ESPN, sports bettors. Who knows what you want to say. But I'm going to go ahead and make my picks, and then we'll go ahead and check on next week what everybody else said around the world. So we're going to start in the NBA. Mavs versus the Heat. And this one, I think it's pretty clear that Luka is one of the best players in the league. So the Mavs should win it. And, I mean, the Heat might, but they're at home. I just feel Luka's going to be able to carry that team. If Kyrie's back, they for sure win it. The Clippers playing the Pelicans is going to be a good game, but in the end, the Pelicans are going to win it. Although I don't want them to win because I need the Warriors to, get out of the play-in. They're out of the play-in. They just beat the Pelicans last night, but only by like half a game, I think, right now. So Pelicans are going to win, but I don't want them to. Raptors playing the Hornets. I'm thinking Raptors win it. The Hornets, without LaMelo Ball this season, have looked really bland. So Raptors are going to win. Jazz versus the Nets. Both teams kind of like in a rebuild stage. Both teams are not great. Jazz started off the year great, and then they fell tremendously. So the Jazz will win it. But even on the road, I mean, I think they'll be just a little bit too much for the Nets. Trailblazers and the Timberwolves. Cat and the Timberwolves. Gonna be way too much for Dame. Dame can only do so much, and Anthony Edwards is helping Cat out a lot, so Timberwolves will win. Grizzlies with Ja Morant versus the Bulls. I'm thinking the Grizzlies win it. Ja Morant, of course, he's very good, and if he stays smart, he's very good. The Bulls are okay, but even at home, the Grizzlies will be too much. Pistons playing the Magic. Magic win it. That's all I have to say. Magic win it. Spurs playing the Kings, and this one, the Kings will win because they're on a hot streak. We all know the light the beam thing that they do. And yeah, I mean, Spurs just not that great of a team this year. They probably want Victor Wembanyama, so Kings are going to win it at home too. Mavs playing the Hawks. Trae Young versus Luka on Sunday. I believe this one's on ESPN. Going to be a good matchup, but again, Luka with the Mavs, especially if he gets Kyrie back, even on the road, I think better than the Hawks, better than what Trae Young can do. So yeah, I think the Mavs win this one. Probably by about like 10 or something like that in the fourth quarter. They'll pull away with it. So Mavs win it. Luka scores almost 40. Wizards playing the Knicks. This one is tougher for me. Even though I want to say Knicks, nah, you know what? I'm picking the Knicks. I think Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, Jalen Brunson have played really good as a trio this year. And the Wizards with Bradley Beal, but injuries. So I'm thinking that the Knicks win that one. Lakers playing the Rockets. Lakers without LeBron have been terrible again. They've really fallen off a cliff, but the Rockets with anybody are terrible. So I'll take Lakers on the road. Whether LeBron's back or not, I think the Lakers win it. Suns, KD-less Suns is what I'm going to say. Playing the Thunder, but the Suns still win it because they have Devin Booker, Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton. The Thunder have nobody. Shea, I guess Shea's played really good this year, but the Suns on the road should win it. 76ers playing the Bucks. This is definitely a primetime matchup, and it's going to be a very good game. But I think in the end, Giannis wins it. 2 MVP candidates with Embiid and Giannis, but I think Giannis, especially the way I saw Grayson Allen play the other night, he had like 7 threes or something like that, which is a Bucks record. But yeah, I think the Bucks win it. Drew Holiday's played good. Chris Middleton's played good. Brook Lopez has kind of been playing good again. The Sixers, I mean, of course Embiid's playing good, right? But I mean, Tobias Harris has been okay. James Harden's been okay. Maxi's been okay. But yeah, I think the Bucks win it. Pacers and the Cavs, very quick pick for you. Cavs win it at home by 10. Warriors and the Nuggets, of course, I'm going Golden State. It's going to be a tough matchup. We know the Golden State Warriors on the road suck. And they're playing Jokic, who is probably the MVP frontrunner for a third year in a row somehow. But yeah, I mean, I think the Warriors. I think the Warriors win it. We gotta have wins at this point in the season, but it's gonna be a tough game. That one I know is on ESPN at like 9:00, so you better watch it. MLB for the first time this year, we get to make some picks. We're starting off White Sox, Astros. Okay, before I start on this, these games are super hard to pick, and that's why I love doing them, because you never know what's going to happen. You don't even have to have skill when picking these games, because first off, you know, MLB plays a series, right? They play like 3 games, so different pitcher each game, you know, that's making a difference. Plus, it's like literally like the 3rd game of the season at this point in these games, so just coming off of spring training, could be injuries, but let's get right into it and see what happens. White Sox and the Astros, I'm taking the Astros at home. Again, depends on who starts, but Justin Verlander, I'm sure he'll get the ball first game. There's a lot of good players on the Astros team, like Yordan Alvarez, just to name one. I guess 2 because of Verlander, right? But I mean, he's played really good, especially last year. In the playoffs and stuff, he played really good. But yeah, I think they win that one. Blue Jays playing the Cardinals. I think Cardinals win it at home. Paul Goldschmidt was almost an NL MVP candidate last season. You know, they've got some other guys, but The pitching staff has kind of fell off in St. Louis, but the Blue Jays with Vlad Guerrero and Bo Bichette is kind of their 1-2 punch. But I think the Cardinals win it. Brewers playing the Cubs. Brewers win it. The Cubs are not that great of a team this year, so Brewers even on the road, they'll win that one. Phillies and the Rangers. The Rangers just picking up Jacob deGrom, which is one of the biggest signings in free agency. But he'll get the ball game one. It'll be a guy like Zach Eflin or Zach Wheeler or who's their other one? I can't think of the other Phillies pitcher. Nope. Aaron Nola, that's the other one. I'm guessing Nola gets the ball game one. This is probably like Zach Eflin's game, so Phillies win it. Because of pitching, that's why. Giants play the Yankees. This will be a good game, but the Yankees win it. At home, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton. They're just a better team. Yankees will win it. Braves playing the Nationals. The Braves, of course, played pretty well last year with the help of, Freddie Freeman, Ronald Acuna, just to name two. Dansby Swanson was there. I believe he left in free agency, though. But the Nationals with nobody. Absolutely nobody. We took Juan Soto from them. They got, Mackenzie Gore. And I actually couldn't tell you who else they have on their team. So, yeah, Braves win that one easily. Angels and the Athletics. I mean, this game's a team, both teams that are not good. But the Angels, just because of the better power with Shohei and Mike Trout, other than that, they don't have anything. The A's just actually don't have anything at all. They had, the worst attendance last year out of all the MLB teams. So, that's my reasoning. Twins and the Royals. Well, I would say Royals. The Twins picked up Altuve, and, they still didn't really do that great last year. The Royals, they have Bobby Witt Jr., who was, the number one recruit, number one prospect last year. So I think he leads them, and the Royals win it. Pirates and the Reds. Talk about two teams that suck. Wow, this game's hard to pick. I don't even know, to be honest with you. What? If you want me to pick Joey Votto or Nelson Cruz, we'll go Nelson Cruz and the Pirates. He's actually really good, but the Pirates don't have anything to make them better, so Pirates will win, though. Tigers and the Rays win it very easily, just because the Tigers, all they have is Miguel Cabrera, right? Home run record, but that's not enough. Not enough at all. Mets and the Marlins win it. Mets, a lot of talent. They proved that last year. And the Marlins, not a lot of talent, right? They have Jazz Chisholm and, who else? Nobody, I don't think. Orioles and the Red Sox win it because the Orioles are another rebuilding team that want good prospects. And they've been building good prospects. Watch out for the Orioles this year, though. They'll actually be really good. Not really good. They might be about third in their division, I would guess. Best game of this first series of the season. Rockies and the Padres. Padres will win it. I know Blake Snell gets the ball game one. Probably Yu Darvish game two, I would guess. Joe Musgrove's not going to be back, so maybe Seth Lugo, Nick Martinez game three. The Rockies don't have anybody, right? It's Charlie Blackmon. It's, Connor Joe, yep. Profar, I know he signed there, kind of a redemption series for him against his former team. Love Profar, wish he would have came back. But, the Padres are going to be way too much to handle. And they're at home, so go Padres. Diamondbacks playing the Dodgers. This one's quick, this one's simple, this one's easy. Diamondbacks upset them in Game 3 of the series. Go Arizona, Dodgers lose because no one likes the Dodgers. Guardians playing the Mariners to finish it up. The Guardians, they got Jose Ramirez, and the Mariners have... Couldn't tell you. As you can tell, not quite as big of an MLB fan yet, but I'm relearning everybody's names and teams and where everybody's been in the past few years, so, we're getting better. But the Mariners, last year they actually didn't have too bad of a season. I remember that, right? The Mariners have Julio Rodriguez, I believe, so, and he's really good. He's really, really good. But I'm going to take the Guardians on the road for Game 3 there. So thank you for this little bit of a different game time segment. We'll be back next week with a regular one, and we'll check out how the rest of the world picked compared to me next week on Game Time. And thank you guys for tuning in to today's Summerlin Bobcast.